I'm sorry, but the tavern isn't... Ah, hello, researcher. Would you care for a drink? Hey, you're still one of them, right? Miss Roslin has agreed to keep Anka out of prison, but only if she performs 10 hours of community service every single day. As busy as she is now, she rarely visits the tavern. As for Nola, she mentioned going to some sort of Defense Force Veterans Center in Asperia to search for her missing memories. I wish her the best of luck. Gray Fox. Honestly, I'm not sure what's going on with her. Since she returned with Anka and Nola, she's been holed up in the secret room, only texting me when she needs food or drink. Then it's up to you to talk some sense into her. I don't mind keeping her here, but even if she's run away from home, she should still maintain a healthy routine and stay active. Look, she's asking for another cola. Could you take it to her? With Anka gone and no new servers hired yet, I've been swamped managing everything myself.
Tell the old man he's got two choices. Let me stay in Asperia, or send me back to Kylo in a body bag. You're my brother, aren't you? Why are you speaking for him all of a sudden? You know, he forced me out of school just to punish me, and hired a bunch of private tutors to watch over me at home. Because of him, I lost all my friends. And now he wants to pull the same old trick and force me out of Wednesday? He's got some nerve bringing up Mother. Just tell him to keep his nose out of my business! Hey, Odie, quit bugging me! I said stop! Researcher? Asurata won't stop spamming me with texts, and it's driving me insane. Here, Odie, you deal with him.
Greetings, researcher. I am OD777, Gray Fox's personal AI assistant. Based on the communication records you provided, my master identified the other party's account. The usage history is spotless, suggesting it's one of those mass-produced accounts for untraceable darknet deals. Aside from contacting you, the account was used to access the video chat room one other time. Unfortunately, the chat room was encrypted by a private server and was destroyed almost immediately after my master infiltrated it. We can now confirm that both the account and the chat room are tied to Blue Planet. This also explains why their security is more advanced than typical darknet users.
I'm sure you've heard about Blue Ida's guiding principles by now, right? About their complete opposition to Omnium research and technology? Blue Planet is the organization that lurks in the shadows, deceiving the unsuspecting with Blue Ida's propaganda, growing its influence to what it is today. That's not necessarily true. Ever since you arrived in Asperia, both Aurora Industries and Shooter Electronics have had their laboratories completely shut down. I would wager that they see you as an enemy now. If your company is in the middle of important Omnium research, wouldn't it benefit you to use Blue Ida's ideology against your competition? Despite the countless protesters waving Blue Ida signs, only a select few can join Blue Planet. Those who pass Blue Planet's rigorous selection process are anything but ordinary. I'm telling you this because Blue Planet has done a lot of business with the old man. I once hacked into his company's network to snoop and found plenty of files just to make trouble for him. This time, I dug through the company's files to help you out. Unfortunately, they've kept their transactions anonymous and created tons of untraceable accounts, making it hard to track. Not only that, but they've been laying even lower than usual lately. The Blue Planet accounts I know of haven't been accessing the network even a 20th as much as before. He's not worth worrying about. Just blacklist him. Anyway, the tavern isn't safe for us anymore, so let's go to your place for now. That way I can share my latest discoveries with you right away. You're going to walk right up to the door? Just like that? Are you underestimating me? I've been sick of these manipulative jerks for ages, so I wouldn't mind paying them a visit. Besides, I trust your skills to handle things. Why are you standing there? Let's go already! I used an account named Musica to reach out to one of Blue Ida's protest organizers. Use that name to make contact with him. If anyone asks about me, just tell them that I'm your sister. From what I can tell, new members are put through an orientation session. Do we?
Yes, and who are you? Oh, so you're Musica. Then this droid must be...
Greetings. I am OD777, a minor caregiver smart servant, or Audi for short.
So there are smart servants like that too, huh? Guess you learn something every day. By the way, if your sister's underage, she'll need parental consent to take part in any of our demonstrations. Ah, I understand. Making a living is tough. Let's just go through the motions for now. What's up with her? That makes sense, I suppose. After all, she looks a little too old for a caregiver-type smart servant like this. Sorry if I offended you, kiddo. All right, let's get back to business. In a few days, we'll organize a major protest. We'll inform you of the exact time and place later. Today, we'll start with some basic training on Blue Ida's history and ideology. You'll also need to memorize more of our slogans to help ensure our protests run smoothly. Come with me, and I'll show you to our study hall, where you can better acquaint yourselves with our materials. I'm just dropping off a couple of fresh recruits.
Not bad, Dewey. I'll be surprised if your recruitment numbers aren't the highest for this month.
Just goes to show that hard work always pays off. I'm close to getting that promotion this quarter, so I have to keep it up.
Best of luck with that. All right, let's get the formalities out of the way. Omnium threatens our world. That's the spirit, newbie. I don't think I've ever heard a new recruit shout louder than that before training. You're gonna go places, I'm sure of it. On the other hand, this little girl's manners could use some work. Don't you know you're supposed to greet people when you first meet them?
Hey, the kid's mute, but she can read lips just fine.
I see. Sorry about that, dear.
All right, let's go inside. We'll start by going over Blue Ida's history and core ideologies. In 2660, the great philosopher Moritz Erat first proposed the concept of Blue Ida in order to prevent humanity from repeating the same mistakes that doomed our homeworld. Mr. Erat once said, "Omnium is not the key to humanity's progress, but to the gates of hell itself. We must always remain vigilant, for virtue is what will truly lead our species forward." Sadly, those greedy Federation politicians failed to recognize the importance of Blue Ida's philosophy. They were too focused on using Omnium development to pad their political achievements. In response, Mr. Erat dedicated a large portion of his wealth to organizing public protests against their actions. As more people accepted Blue Ida's ideology, humanity's eyes began to slowly open to the truth. Under Mr. Erat's relentless push, the Federation had no choice but to heed the people's voice and enacted, drumroll please, the Omnium Experimentation Prohibition Act in 2661. Indeed, Mr. Moritz's greatest wish in life was to see every tower of fantasy toppled. and to eradicate every trace of Omnium technology from IDA. But despite the legislature's passing, its implementation was met with constant opposition. Which means we still have a long way to go. Now you're thinking like one of us. Now allow me to share with you my latest strategy for climbing through the ranks. First, we'll leverage our two key value propositions, the anti-shooter electronics and anti-tower initiatives, as our strategic touchpoints. This will help us optimize Blue Aida's next-gen ideological matrix through granular engagement metrics on the Echo ecosystem. Whoops, I must have lost track of the time. I have some other business to attend to, so I'll leave you to study on your own. I should be back in an hour to test your knowledge, so take plenty of good notes.
Oh, thank goodness he's finally done talking. I've already taken a look at these materials, and they're more or less the same as what you just heard. Nothing out of the ordinary here. I also checked out the computer just now, and found some pretty interesting files once I cracked through their security. Take a look if you want. The materials are all mostly the same? Ugh, it looks like that door over there is locked. Let's go see if we can open it. An access card and a password? Looks like we'll have to check out room 105 first. Simple. I have a basic hacking software on my terminal. Just boot it up and wait for it to access the local network. Loading complete. Now we can see every electronic device capable of accessing the network from within the room. All I have to do is select a device to hack, and the software will get to work. Let's take a look at today's temporary pass applicants. 9:13 a.m. Clark and Lauren, employee, temporary pass. Access code 339571. Now let's see his pass usage. There! He's in the break room on the other side of the lobby. But there's nothing for us to hide behind in there. Getting his temporary pass won't be easy.
Huh? What's going on? Is this thing broken?
But there's nothing for us to hide behind in there. Getting his temporary pass won't be easy. But there's nothing for us to hide behind in there. Getting his temporary pass won't be easy. But there's nothing for us to hide behind in there. Getting his temporary pass won't be easy. If everything went right, he should be knocked out on the floor. We should have but there's nothing for us to hide behind in there. Getting his temporary pass won't be easy. But there's nothing for us to hide behind in there. Getting his temporary pass won't be easy. Got it. It wasn't easy, but at least we pulled it off.
Who are you two? Why haven't I seen you before?
I suppose Mr. Erot did send out that email a while back. Something about Blue Planet's higher-ranking members being able to recommend new recruits.
Still, there's something suspicious about you two. Let me ask you something. Who is Blue Planet's revered founder and leader? Good answer. I'm still on patrol duty, so I'll leave you be for now. Best of luck, new guys.
Hands up. Don't move an inch.
What should we do, researcher?
Keep your hands where I can see them, and turn around to face me. Researcher? What are you doing here? You know me?
Wait, do you know each other? Or not?
Greetings, researcher. It appears Secretary General Kieran has already informed you about me. For the duration of your mission, I have been assigned to protect and support you as needed.
Protect and assist the researcher? That's an interesting way to describe spying, to say the least.
You still haven't answered my question. What are you two doing here in the first place? Secretary General Kieran narrowly escaped a meticulously planned attempt on his life. All evidence points to Blue Planet's involvement, prompting the Federation to unleash an unprecedented purge of the organization's networks. During the purge, we discovered a number of clues that pointed to this facility, so I came to investigate things myself. However, I didn't expect them to be connected to the Secretary's plans. Something's definitely off about this organization. Since we're both here, why don't we continue our investigations together? You'll be safer this way as well.
Kieran's plan? You mean that reshaping reality plan?
How do you know about it?
When we were at the Tower of Fantasy last time, their network security personnel caught me when I tried to access something called the Reality Reshaping Program. So, what kind of plan is this? Hardly. Nothing in this world is beyond the scope of my skills. Besides, joining the Federation and going along with Kieran's plan isn't something a hacker like me would ever do.
Wait, the researcher called you Gray Fox, and you've been to the Tower of Fantasy. Are you the elusive hacker from Wednesday?
Guess you're not entirely hopeless.
So that girl plugged into her phone. That was you? Miss Gray Fox, are you playing games with a Federation agent?
I should have known an agent of the Federation would be a little more cunning than the researcher.
Why do you keep using a droid to talk to me? Am I that frightening to you? So who exactly are you, Miss Gray Fox? Even though Wednesday was high on the Federation's most wanted list, we know very little about you and your true identity.
Wednesday's arrest order has already been cancelled. Who I am is none of your concern.
A mysterious hacker who refuses to share any details about herself. In my experience, someone like this makes for a terrible teammate. If you and the Secretary General trust her so much, then I suppose I can do the same. I'll set my suspicions aside so we can plan out our next move.
You finally said something useful for once. For a second, I thought you had forgotten your whole reason for being here. I didn't say that. I just need a little more time to analyze it, that's all. Interesting. It's a dynamic password lock. One that changes every 30 seconds. The only way to open this door is by using a terminal that has been synced up to the lock's password algorithm. I found out that the dynamic password changes according to the current server time and the number of times it's been accessed. Unfortunately, we still need the corresponding terminal to get through. Whoever can open this door holds a terminal linked to the dynamic password system. Both devices use the same algorithm, with the terminal's device code being a random number that determines whatever the algorithm spits out. Without that terminal, we can only guess at the password. Unfortunately, it looks like we only get 10 attempts.
Is this what you're looking for? Thanks to Federation intel, I was able to confront and subdue a high-ranking member of Blue Planet last night. He was the one who told me about this place, and this was his terminal. Unfortunately, it got severely damaged during our encounter.
It should do. Even though the terminal is busted, its data chip is still intact. Odie shouldn't have any problem extracting the data. The door is right in front of us. Cracking its encryption algorithm using the door itself is time-consuming, but not impossible, as long as I have the terminal device code and the 2 pieces of data I just obtained. Our only chance of failure is if I miscalculate a complex mathematical equation, or if I type in the wrong numbers because my hand is shaking. Got it.
That filing cabinet is full of Blue Planet's financial records and legal documents. Fascinating stuff, I'm sure. If only I had a degree in both finance and law to make sense of it all. There's also a safe behind the shelf. From my experience, organizations like this usually keep large bank deposit statements in these kinds of safes. I've already alerted the Federation, and our agents should be here any minute to shut this place down.
I'm working on decrypting an unreadable file on this computer. If I had to guess, it's probably a list of Blue Planet's high-level personnel. This must be what Agent Claudia's looking for, right?
Correct. The broken terminal belonged to a high-ranking Blue Planet member. In our interrogation, he confessed they only shared general knowledge about each other, with true identities kept secret. Based on his account, Blue Planet's senior members are leaders from various organizations. They wield significant wealth and connections, even placing spies within the Federation. I came here mainly to secure a list of Blue Planet affiliates. With that, I can quickly neutralize the threats to Secretary General Kieran's safety. Now, the file, please.
No. After all the trouble the Federation made for us, I think it's time for Wednesday to return the favor instead.
This isn't a game, Gray Fox. The Secretary General's safety is paramount, especially since Blue Planet may still pose a threat to the reality reshaping program.
I've done enough research on the Aberrant situation, but this reality reshaping program, no one ever told me about it before. Guess that means I shouldn't worry about it too much, right?
How could you possibly think that?
I'm curious to know about it too. Why would you people choose to hide the existence of aberrants from everyone on Ida? Fine, take it. I'm not trying to stop you from saving the world or anything, you know? I just can't stand to see Kieran and the Federation doing whatever they want. Besides, I've already made a full copy of the data, so it doesn't matter if you tell me or not. Sooner or later, I'll know everything about your plans. Ugh, you and Anka are like two peas in a pod. You've only been a member of Wednesday for a few days, but you've already picked up a bunch of her bad habits.
Vicar, Samaritan, Erudite. Wait, Claire Foucault? That's the name of a high-ranking employee within the Tower of Fantasy. I work with her all the time. Thank you, Miss Gray Fox. This file is crucial to my investigation. With it, we should leave before we're discovered.
Wait! Your mission might be accomplished, but mine isn't yet. The person who sent that false communication isn't anywhere on this list. The other usernames in the chat room are all on this list, but not this so-called cleric. And before the chat room was deleted, I managed to see a strange image in the chat log. That image hasn't come up in any of the files I've seen so far. It's hard to explain. Basically, it's like a circle with a pair of hands protecting a tree inside of it. Which Which means this room is far from the only secret hidden in their headquarters. We must be missing something. But we've already come this far. You want to know who your enemy is, don't you? Because I'm positive we're getting closer to the truth behind Cleric and that strange image, as well as the source of that fake communication.
I can't do that. I'm under orders to protect you, remember? My top priority now is getting you to safety.
Then stop wasting time and help me look around. We may have missed an important clue somewhere, like a strange object of some kind. Take a look at this, researcher.
I think you should take another look at this.
Barrett? Why does it feel like I've heard that name somewhere before?
In Erot's journal, it says that his daughter loved playing the piano. Maybe he keeps it to remember her?
A piano? There's definitely something strange about it. Look, there's an extra cable sticking out from the back. Forget it. I shouldn't expect a researcher like you to understand pianos, I suppose. This is a bona fide Hadevice brand antique grand piano, worth at least 800,000 Norn, not just any run-of-the-mill keyboards. If my guess is right, that cable connects to some special devices, which means it has to be triggered by the piano itself. If his daughter really is Lucy Errett. This must be it. but I'll need some time to decipher it and confirm my hunch. Right now, though, I'm more intrigued by what's over there.
Are these containment vessels? When the Federation first discovered the existence of aberrants, they were extremely small in number. To conduct closer studies on them, they were captured and placed in these special tanks, where they could be observed in a living but dormant state. As the aberrant tide swelled beyond control, these sophisticated vessels became an unsustainable luxury. The Federation had no choice but to explore other methods to control the rising threat of the aberrants.
Lucy Arrett. She was my classmate in piano lessons back in elementary school. One of my best friends back then. The music playing in the room right now is her favorite piece from class. I knew it was her as soon as I saw her name in the diary, but I didn't realize she had already turned into one of those things. Why? Why? Asarada mentioned you can cure the aberrants. Can you help Lucy too? She doesn't deserve to be like this. She should be in school, not... Is there really no other way? There must be more aberrants on Ida. So does this mean those you can't cure in time are destined to remain like this forever? If something like this ever happens to Anka, or the boss, or...
The reality reshaping program is humanity's last hope. If it succeeds, we'll cure every last aberrant, and prevent any more of them from appearing ever again.
If that were the case, Blue Planet should be backing Kieran to the hilt. But from what you're saying, it seems like they're only trying to sabotage his efforts. I mean, does Arrett have no desire to save his own family?
Agent Claudia, we have received your coordinates and are sending a strike team to raid Blue Planet's headquarters. The operation will begin in exactly 10 minutes. For your safety, please evacuate the premises along with any of your allies.
Copy that, dispatch.
An ambush? But what about Lucy and the others?
Don't worry. Aberrants are still citizens of Ida. The reality reshaping program has special protocols in place to ensure their safety and containment. The strike team will follow containment guidelines and secure the aberrants until they can be cured by the reality reshaping program.
The reality reshaping program. Can I be a part of it too? If he doesn't give me his permission, then I'll find my own way to save my friends. Remember to tell him that for me. Thank you, Agent Claudia.
Don't mention it. Assisting researchers is part of my duty.
Agent Claudia, a message from Secretary General Kieran. Operation Code SS7977.
Received. Thank you. Researcher, I need you to come with me to the Tower of Fantasy. Yes.
Good luck saving the world, you two. I'll head back and decrypt this hard drive. Oh, wait. The old man's still after me. Sorry, researcher, but it looks like your place is my new base of operations, so leave your keys with me.
We can all go together. The Tower of Fantasy is more than equipped to ensure your safety. We can also provide you with the necessary resources to decipher that hard drive.
No way. If I use the gears there to decrypt this, I might as well hand over all my secrets on a silver platter. No thanks. I've learned my lesson. Unlike Anka, I don't keep repeating the same mistakes over and over. I'm only interested in joining the project to save Lucy, Anka, and the rest of my friends. It has nothing to do with wanting to serve the Federation or become one of its agents.
I understand. The Federation has safe houses ready in various locations to protect witnesses and exposed agents when necessary. They're perfectly safe and secure, and their contact with the Tower of Fantasy is kept at the lowest possible level to reduce the possibility of exposure.
Fine. I'll come along, but only because you helped me just now.
The address is...
I've already grabbed the safe house's location from your terminal, and it's definitely not on the way to the tower. I'm taking off now, but hey, good luck saving the world. Oh, and don't forget about our promise, researcher. Come on, Odie. Let's go see what Blue Planet is hiding from us.
Initiating follow mode.